Good morning from my tiny worm farm and my tiny garden. I'm not even going to show you guys a preview of my garden because it's not not doing too well. Anyways, I wanted to do an early morning video for you guys. It's so beautiful out. I'm going to be separating some of my worms from the worm castings and wanted to show you guys the process. For those of you who are considering having a worm farm, this is the simple process that is required. You know, it's one of the ways. There's a few different ways, but this is the way I like to do it best. Anyways, I'm pretty excited. If you know anything about me, you know how much I love compost. I love soil, especially fresh smelling soil, especially when your soil is nice and rich like this. And of course full of worms. Now to separate that is another story. It does take time if you don't have yourself a nice trommel, which I'm in the process of having made. Anyways, I have, just real quick, I've had a few people asking me about my worm castings, and I was shocked, just shocked to hear my sister, if any of you know me, know my family, you know my sister Tiffany. And I was shocked to hear her ask me for some of my worm castings and if I could help her start a garden. Now, if my sister can want to start a garden, to me, I'm like, man, anybody can want to start a garden, because she's not even somebody who likes to get dirty at all. So I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited to see this kind of wave of people where they're tired of, you know, the unhealthy food. They're tired of the fast food, and they're starting to put more value on the food that they're eating, and they understand that growing your food is the best way to go about it. Anyone who grows organic knows that it's all about what you're giving the plants to eat, which is all about the microorganisms in the soil, or if you have aquaponics, then you have the microorganisms in the water. But even people with aquaponics have red wigglers in their system to keep the microbes flowing consistently. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So over here I have my cocoa coir, and I diluted it 2 months ago. I don't like using fresh cocoa coir because sometimes it has an acidic smell. I like mine to smell fresh. I actually inoculate it with microbes so that it's ready to go for the worms. And I've already sifted a few, so you can kind of see some of them burrowing down in here. See if you can see that one. There's a couple of them. They're going to be very happy because after this I'm going to be putting them in their bins, and they're going to have fresh composted food that I've been making now for about 2 months. So I'm pretty excited to have enough to go ahead and get them into their new systems. Over here, got my worm pile. Over here, this is my 1/8 inch screen, really pretty. And the castings go through it, and the worms stay on top. So I'll go ahead and give you a little example here. Now this is a window screen, but you can make your own. If you make your own, it's probably going to be a lot more sturdy than mine. But this is just a temporary system of sifting. So what you have is you have your worms and organic material up top. Throw it in there. They'll make their way down. And down here, you have tiny scraps, but you have the worm compost. And you can see I kind of have dried it out a little bit so that way it would go through the screen more easily. If it's wet and all clumped up, it's far more difficult. I'm going to be repeating this process tons of times until I get enough worms for my first bin. I'll be making more videos of that, and I hope this was informative for you, and I hope that you are encouraged to start your own worm farm or worm pile, or just get worms and throw them into your garden. Anyways, hope you have a great day.